1, 2, 1, 2. Tonight, in a jam co-sponsored by Jerry Halls, we bring to you tonight live the band Survival Sounds at the Lyricist Lounge. And it's a packed crowd, 80,000 people live in Shea Stadium. Tonight, we got Prince, Madonna, and the Perverted Flasher, the Midnight Cocoa Butter, Porno Tape watching, live beaming down from Venus. Flip the script.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Now sit down and shut up.
Where the beat go?
Oh, bitch. Look at you now.
Lino, please.
Oh, don't start bitching up now. You don't have my product, and you don't have my money.
You gotta give me another chance. Lino, please.
Look, the brothers don't wait to get paid. Money talks. Bullshit runs the marathon. So, see ya. And I wouldn't want to be here.
Living in the fast lane and can't slow down. Some people can't get enough of it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Flip the Script. This is the Boiwondr. Coming to you somewhere inside America's Wang. Somewhere here with my other 5 friends here. We're going to be talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. I represent San Francisco, California. And let me just pass it around to everybody else. Who's the next person wants to introduce?
Yo, what's up? This is Shoji Ramuro, a.k.a. just call me Sho. I'm also just hanging out here in the state of insanity, but doing my best to keep sane. I'm from up north. I'm from New York, Brooklyn. So, shout out to all y'all. Doing my best to see what's up. All right, everybody. This is Neo the Blonde Ace, or just Neo. I guess a lot of these shots about the state of Florida is going to be directed at me, as I'm the only one that's been born and raised in the state, born and raised in South Florida, Broward County. And I guess we'll be taking you on a trip tonight. Hopefully, you guys have a lot of fun. Be taking us over to old Dr. Encyclopedia Blaq.
Welcome. This is Dr. Encyclopedia Blaq. Near the Blonde Ace is a liar. I can't help it. I must say it. I was born and raised in Florida all my tired stinking life.
Did not know.
Jacksonville, wonderful state. Biggest stinking city in the country.
That's South Georgia.
Small population. Key West, Norfolk, Virginia, down the Oviedo, Orlando area. That's me, Dr. O. Encyclopedia Blaq. Moving on to the great soul brother. Just happens to be my brother, Ryu Holla.
This is Soul Bro Ryu. Welcome to the show. There's not much to say about me. I was born a Navy brat, born in Memphis, Tennessee, but maybe spent like a month there, tops. I've been on this planet 29 years. I'm already sick of it, though. But I'm here bringing it to you live on Flip the Script. I'm enjoying myself. And that's all I got to say. I'm passing it on to my man, Lee Majors. Here you go.
What's the deal, OSG Network? This is your man on the boards, Lee Majors, right now, representing from New Jersey. That's right, NJ down in FLA, America's Wang. And this is the second edition of Flip the Script. We bringing it to you live and uncut. You know what I'm saying? Just like that, uncut up your nose. Make it all red and bloody. And we about to get dirty tonight. It's, once again, we had technical problems with the wiring and such. But we gonna get past all that, and we gonna pass it back off to my man Boiwondr so we can start off the show. Let's go.
All right. Now let me just run down some quick stuff here so you guys can reach us, get to know us, see us. Like I always say, tell us we suck, whatever. FTS.podshow.com. You can reach us there. That's the main podcast site. You can hit us up on MySpace at myspace.com/FTS Shinjuku. And, of course, the Old School Gamers Network. That's OSGnetwork.com. Now, you guys are going to have to excuse us tonight. There's been a lot of alcohol flowing back and forth. We got some Yinglings going. We got some Long Island iced teas, all kinds of stuff. So if we get kind of unhinged, you guys are just along for the ride. Now, we'll just launch into the first segment, the first topic. And I wanted to just go ahead and open up Pandora's box. Today, I want to talk about where did all the 2D fighting games go? It's killing me that everybody wants to play Naruto and Shonen Jump All-Stars and all this stuff where pretty much... No, it's cool. Everything's dumbed down. Super Smash Brothers Melee and stuff. You know, Tekken is there, Soul Calibur is there, but you know what? I liked it when it was 2D. You got a guy on the left, a guy on the right. It's all hand-drawn. You got some sprites, and two guys are pummeling the crap out of each other. And if you didn't know how to do a fireball motion, you were out of gas. But it just kills me because, you know, there's this whole thing, and we've had these conversations, you know, off the air about, you know, stuff with like Sony wanting only 3D stuff for their console and everything. But you know, and that's kind of stifled things. And if you want a 2D game right now, you either got to have a PSP or a DS for the most part.
What about the Xbox, though?
Well, yeah, you can do Xbox Live. That's true. But, you know, that's, you know, it's like old classic games and stuff. There's not any new stuff coming down
right now, the problem with the Xbox is they're hungry for anything. So they really not in a position to discriminate against any type of game. So that's why we see a lot of SNK type games on there, because Sony gave them the boot. So.
And I don't necessarily think that 2D fighting's dead. I think when it comes to, you know, the next generation, like Xbox Live, and even when Sony does their online stuff, that I think that those games are probably, outside of some of the sports games, the best titles to do online gaming with, especially through the consoles.
That's true. My concern is that you're not seeing very many new games coming out. I mean, there's definitely an audience, and like there's the Evo tournaments where people fly from other countries to Vegas and stuff to come together and to compete against each other, and that's really good. That's great. That's not just for 2D games, but I mean, there's Tekken and there's Virtua Fighter and everything too. But you know, Capcom, you know, last summer had this whole thing, and there was this big buzz that they were getting everybody to send like ideas for a new 2D game, and nothing came of it, and you know, had people all abuzz.
Yeah, but that's only a year ago. I mean, you got to think too. A lot of these titles take a little bit of time to develop. I mean,
well, most 2D fighters take about 8 months to develop.
Right.
I mean, they've established that. But what I think is they should do more with the genre now. I mean, do more with it.
Yeah, it's the same old thing.
I mean, arcades have pretty much abandoned 2D fighters nowadays. Right. They've moved on to the amusement factor, and if you're gonna make it,
today is really about how you interact with it.
Exactly.
That's why you notice how DDR games are like going crazy. In crazy games. The way they
House
interact,
of the Dead and all that
because
stuff.
these are the kind of things that you do not get from home consoles, and that's what the arcade's able to get. But I think the love is still there for 2D.
Oh, definitely.
It's just we're just very far, few between.
Right. There's love for it with fans and everything and players, but you know, in terms of third parties developing new things, I probably haven't seen anything since Third Strike and you know, Mark of the Wolves and everything.
What I always liked about the Street Fighter Alpha series is that, take for instance Alpha 3 on the PlayStation, it had that World Tour mode.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you can actually, when you beat it, you could go online and download more challenges that the creators of the game would create in order to keep people playing and you know, test people's mettle. And on top of that, the whole online scene is helping to revolutionize 2D fighters as well, old and new. So, but we just don't see a lot of 2D fighters anymore because the public is so used to seeing 3D fighters, and they're so enamored with polygons and how those games look, they can't appreciate it.
I'll be honest. I think the whole fighting genre is probably not the mainstream. I mean, even the 3D fighters. I mean,
I want to say fighting games is probably the bridge from those people that only play sports games.
Yeah.
Fighting games is that bridge to like actually go from a sports game to like, I'm playing something different.
Right.
It's not Madden or NBA Live or stuff. This is a fighting game because it's still accepted because it's competition. And people love competition.
That's true.
So, you know, I also, this might be crazy to say, but maybe 3D games are a lot easier to play than 2D games.
I would
say entry level type of game. That's why 3D games are more accepted. Besides the fact that they look gorgeous.
Hence the button mashing.
Exactly. Now,
that's true.
My other thing was, you know, there's this consensus of people that feel like, well, those games, like the Street Fighter games and the Mortal Kombat games, were too complicated. They got too complicated, all the button motions and everything. But I'm looking at people playing Medal of Honor games and Halo and some of these first-person games where there's big tournaments and stuff for it. And, you know, those games are fine. And you're using every single button on your controller. You're using most of your keyboard if you're playing it on a PC. So, you know, what's the difference? Because those games, a lot of those games, you can't jump into either.
Yeah, but also I would say that a lot of the developers actually did this themselves because, like was stated earlier, I mean, there's really been no innovation in these games when it comes to anything that, you know, makes each game a little bit different than the next when it comes to, you know, different modes or whatever. I mean, look at Capcom. I mean, Street Fighter.
Even when we get like a brand new 2D game, it sucks when it ends up being broken to begin.
Yeah,
you know, it's
we're looking at you, Fighting Jam,
and then you give us this one. This is garbage.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You listening?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's starting something right there.
Ooh, a can of worms, man.
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully, people around the nation are turning their heads right now.
I sure love the characters that are in it, but
and it has the most characters any fighting game has ever had. But then you know you get down to the basics.
Beam was like,
like you don't even want to pick a Capcom character in the game because you seriously outman.
Cable,
oh yeah,
no
you're a bastard, Cable.
You're a bastard. History. Well, Blanca. Period.
No, Magneto.
All right. So speaking of Capcom, because Capcom, as much as I love them and they're so great,
you have to talk about, man. They're pretty much the creators, inventors of the genre.
Exactly. Here's what's irking me with Capcom right now. As great as Resident Evil 4 is, and how everybody's liking, Dead Rising and stuff, and they always come up with new stuff. A few years ago, they came out with a game called Beautiful Joe, and they used a lot of cell shading, and it was kind of a pseudo 2D, 3D kind of deal, and it was a very beloved game, and they have their sequels, and they squeezed the life out of that, and now they've that same studio that
Clover
worked under
Studios.
Clover, thank you. They have just come out with Okami, which is getting rave reviews. And both of these games are basically, they have, like cell-shaded graphics and everything. And it's kind of, everything looks either hand-drawn or very close to hand-drawn or kind of cartoonish as opposed to heavy on the polygons. Why can't we incorporate something like that into a fighting game? If you're so worried about things looking dated, why can't you put that into a new game? I don't understand why that hasn't been incorporated yet.
Yeah, I think that would probably be one of the biggest things because, most 2D fighting games, I think the reason why you can't get new players is they do look like they're from 1985, a lot of them.
Exactly.
What is it? CVS 2, it's like those Darkstalkers characters, it looks horrible.
Yeah, Morgan Sprite is pretty dated.
It's a great game, but it's just like, my God, they don't look in place. And you need that. You need not only you need the mechanics of a game, but you also need them to be aesthetically pleasing to a lot of people.
Yes.
Now, especially when you're going out now. I'm going to be spending $500, $600, $700 for these systems. You don't want to play a game that looks like crap on it.
And as much as I hate to admit it, I think we're now in a day and age which would probably be more economically sound to make characters that look 2D but are really 3D polygons, but it plays like a 2D game.